And we went to a game and we got there early and we were sitting pretty close to the field, like 5, 6 rows back, and Daryl came up and started signing autographs. And my little brother got in line and he was had his ball and he was net, and then Daryl kind of took his hands and waved and like, hey, I got to get inside. Like, it's time for me to be in the dugout. The game's gonna get started. And so he had to let my brother and all the kids behind him down. My dad quickly grabbed the ball, tossed it to Daryl and said, Mr. Strawberry, one more. And then he caught the ball, he smiled at my father, and he tossed it back. And he was like, hey, if I do one more for you, I have to get the rest of the line too. Like enjoy the game. He wasn't rude, he wasn't mean, he wasn't nasty, he wasn't any of those things, but he didn't sign the ball. Like inside of the same city limits at the theme park that we all know and you either love or you hate, or maybe it's a political punching bag now, depending on what your thoughts are. But at Disney theme parks, like I want to fast forward several years into the future, and we were there as a family. So my wife and I and oldest son, daughter, next oldest child, and then our, at the time, our youngest, who's now our middle of 5. And so we're at the theme park, and my daughter really loved princesses at this time. Particularly, she loved Belle. Like, and as we're moving through the park and we get over to where all the castles are, sure enough, Belle's standing out there signing autographs. And we wait in line, and it's like deja vu. Like the whole thing's happening again. My daughter's like 2 or 3 people from the front this time. At least she's not the very front person like my brother was when he was younger, but she's 2 or 3 people from the front, and she's about to get her autograph. She's so excited. And then somebody comes up, a team member comes up in a vest and like turns to all the group and say, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, they need Belle in the Enchanted Forest now. And then this teenager in this Belle costume just scampers off and goes to the Enchanted Forest. And my wife and I are bracing ourselves. We're quite certain that our daughter is going to be like really sad and hurt and frustrated and probably cry, and it's not going to be a great rest of the day. But she turns to us and she says they need her in the Enchanted Forest, and she's like, what can we do? So like we hugged her, we moved on, and later she got some other autographs. Like, Disney has thought through the experience to the level that not only how does it impact their guests, but how does it impact their team members that are serving and delighting the guests and creating magical experiences. So what are you doing as a leader? Like, are you closer to what the Dodgers are doing, or maybe even worse? Or are you creating that like Disney-like experience that takes care of everybody? Okay. Have you created a predictable, systematic, routine-driven operation that protects the guest experience and keeps employees engaged and protects their experience? And if not, what steps can you start taking today? Like, these are the questions that I would ask yourself. It's like, are you putting yourself in a situation where your team members have to let guests down? If so, correct that immediately. Do your team members feel empowered to do what is necessary to win the guest, win the moment? Like, are they in a position where like they can make at least some small level of adjustment, like, to win that conversation? So empower your people, create systems that are predictable, where there are not surprises, and empower them. So it's super easy to say no complaining, but are you creating an environment where people feel empowered? Of course, the housekeeping team is the one that did that. Like, they're the ones with the access to the room. Like, we know, like, how about your team? Is your team so empowered that they could go do that? Have you empowered your team to make those little decisions? Everybody knows that the most important thing is we want to create a magical experience, right? Like, no, they're just trying to create a magical experience for these kids, and bringing those stuffed animals to life is magical. Like, you can totally like put your arm around somebody and love on them, and also like raise them up to the standard that like we're here to have the type of culture that makes people feel the way that guests feel at Disney when they think stuffed animals come to life, right? So like, we're not here to create okay experiences. We're here to create like magical, blow you away experiences, because that's what creates raving fans.